Shalom and peace of the Lord be with you. I came across this video of Daniel Haqiqajou, and I would like to just go through it a little. I'd like to go over it a little. So this is the video here. This is the page. Okay, let's play a little and watch.
Godhead. This is the triune God. Jesus and the Father are the same being. Okay? Yeah, they're different persons. However, these Christians want to avoid the polytheistic implications, all these mental gymnastics that they use to say that, no, they're different persons, but they're the same being. They have the same essence or whatever. You can't keep all that nonsense straight in your head. But the point is that Jesus and the Father are the same being. They're the same God, the triune God. So when God, this triune God, impregnates Mary, that is impregnating his own mother. He's impregnating his own mother, okay? Begetting his own son by himself. So this is incest. Simple as, okay? There's no way around it. This is incest. And no matter how much the Christians want to cope and seethe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you want to say, no, Jesus and the Father are different. They're not the same. Jesus and the Father are not the same. Okay, so this is polytheism then. This is polytheism. You have two different entities. Say, no, they're the same. They have the same essence. They're the same being or whatever. So you want to have it both ways. You want to have it both ways. If you insist that they're the same entity, the same triune God, then it's incest. I'm sorry. There's no way around it. They have the same will, do they not? Okay, that's the same will, so they are committing. They both will. Jesus willed to impregnate his mother. Isn't that what you believe? And if you say, no, they have two separate wills. Okay, if they have two separate wills, these are two separate gods then. These are two separate minds. So they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. That's the point. And it's rape, okay? It's rape. Because where is the consent? Where is the affirmative?
Okay. First of all, what is incest? Let's go and read what incest is. So a simple Google search tells me it said incest is sex between close relatives, such as brother, sister, or parent. So incest is sex between close relatives. You get? So incest is not even making pregnant. It's just having intercourse on its own. It's incest. Right? That's what incest is, right? Sexual relationship between persons. Right? Can you show me anywhere in the Bible that Mary had anything that have to do with sexual relationship? Because that is incest. If not, you are giving wrong definition to things. You don't even know what you are talking about. There is nothing like sexual activity that took place. It was just a miraculous event. She was miraculously having a baby. So you need to find a good word, the right word to use for it, because this is not incest. Because I don't know where you are defining your words from. Let's go back to the video.
So they're damned if they...
Mr. Man, if you don't know what even incest means, how do I expect you to even understand this issue of God, the Father and the Son? How do I even expect you to know if you don't know ordinary words? An ordinary word that a small child can understand. You don't know. Let's continue.
If they do, they're damned if they don't. That's the point. And it's rape, okay? It's rape.
Okay.
Because where is the consent?
Okay, it's rape. It's rape. We can just go ahead and See what rape is.
Where is the Did God go to Mary in this in the Bible? Does it describe God going to Mary and say, I want to have myself, I want to impregnate you with myself, and I'm going to go into your womb and then come out of your private parts? Is that acceptable to you? May I do that, Mom? And did Mary say yes to that? No, there's no affirmative consent. Okay, so what do we call that? What do Christians call that when they're talking about the prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? They call that rape. They call that rape. So that's the rape component, and that's the incest component. That is your God. Your God is a rapist, an incestuous rapist.
We're done with the incest. You don't know what you're talking about. We are coming to look at the rape too. We're coming to look at the rape.
That is who you're worshiping. That is who you're worshiping, Christians. Explain that. I haven't seen any Christian explain that. And Muslims, okay, that is who you're worshiping, Christians. Explain that. I haven't seen any Christian explain that.
I mean, what are we going to explain here? What is here? What did you say that we need to explain? It's just stupidity you are mentioning. So look at what it is defined as. It's a type of sexual assault involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetrations carried out against a person without their consent. Can you show me anywhere in the Bible where we have anything like this? Sexual intercourse or sexual penetration. Anything of that nature. When Allah blew into her private part, did he ask for permission? Did he ask for consent before blowing into a private part of a woman? You blow into a private part? What are you blowing? I mean, you cannot make her to have a child until you blow into the private part, sending a complete human being, sending someone to appear as a complete human being, and then that complete human being is now blowing into the private part of a woman. Okay, that's a good one. And what do you call that? Haqiqajou, what do you call that? Let's go and watch and see. Now look, this is Surah 21, verse 91. Right? So it's mentioning the story of Maryam. And she who guarded her private parts, we breathed into her our spirit and we made her and her son a sign for the worlds. So she guarded what? Her private part. Then we blew, right? This is Surah 66:12. And Maryam, daughter of Imran, who kept safe her private parts, right? So we breathed in it of our spirit. Where did JIBRIL and Allah breathe? In the private parts. Do you get it? Where did they breathe? In the private part. Where is the consent? Where is the consent that Maryam, we want to breathe into your private part? Where is it? So what can we call this? There's no consent. Where is it? Let's continue. From Surah Maryam. It said when Jibril came as a full human being, right? And called to mind through the divine rite Mary. That is Maryam, not Mary. She withdrew from her family to an eastern place and kept herself in seclusion from them, whereupon we sent unto her our angel of revelation, who appeared to her in the shape of a well-made human being. Okay. So the angel came as a full human being, right? Okay. We are going to check whether there's a consent from this human being. She exclaimed, "Verily, I seek refuge from thee, with the most gracious." Right? Answered, "I am but a messenger of the sustainer. I shall bestow upon thee the gift of a son, endowed with purity." Said, "How can I have a son when no man have ever touched me? For never have I been a loose woman." The angel said, "What? This is easy for me, and thou shalt have a son." Right? So that we might make him a symbol. So, you see? So, and say in time she conceived him, and then she withdrew with him to a far place. You see? And the throes of childbirth drove her to the trunk of palm. She what? Exclaimed, "Oh, what? Oh, will that I have died, right? And have become a thing forgotten, utterly forgotten." So even uh, there was no consent based on your own argument. There was no consent. Where is the consent that okay, Maryam, want you to have a baby? Please, do you consent that we should do that? Where is the consent? And to the extent that you see her, she's even what trying what she wished that she died. She wished that she's dead because there's no consent. Because if she consented, she will not wish for this. This is just a silly argument from you. It's a very silly argument. So we are looking for consent, yet Muhammad repeated the same story, and we can't find any consent.
Where is the affirm? Did God go to Mary in this in the Bible? Does it describe God going to Mary and say, I want to have myself, I want to impregnate you with myself, and I'm going to go into your womb and then come out of your private parts? Is that acceptable to you?
It just backfired on you. It just backfired on you. This is a part of our religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah? Yeah?